I started duplicating this mount. Tried to make my welds a little better, but I basically duplicated this 1/2-inch bar and drilled my hole in it. I got it measured from the frame here. It's the same size left to right. I have the same angle. This hole is the same distance from the back of the frame on both sides. Got it welded in good. Again, no points for beauty, but some of this glarpy weld is where I was trying to get it to not look so bad. But I put a big 1/2-inch piece in here, and it's welded all the way around. It's all welded down the back. I crawled under it and welded what I could under there. There wasn't a lot, but it's all welded up. I've got this in, and I welded one heim joint partially into my pipe. I cleaned off my rear end there. I clamped these two brackets here together, and I just ground them off with a flapper disc, and I made sure that both of the curved parts were the same. So these are the same now, and I can get them put in, and put my bar in there, determine where I need my holes, bore these two out, and then weld them on. Well, I welded one on, marked the other one, took it off, bored it, put it back on, put a good bolt in it, welded it. It's good and strong. The bolt will come out. It's pretty tight, but when I put it in, I did get it not quite straight with the axle, so I had to bend that first bracket a little. This one's good. Everything's straight. It's almost exactly the same on both sides into the frame. That bolt bothers me that it's not coming out. Yeah, it's moving. It was a little snug before I welded that left-hand plate in. Probably bent it around a little bit. I'll let it cool down. And those are really close to 1/2 inch, and that's a 1/2 inch bolt, so there's not a lot of room for slop. A couple thousandths probably, but it all looks good. Of course, this one looks quite a bit better because that was the second one I did. And it's still kind of rough, but I'll see if I can get in there with a flapper wheel and cleaned up. But this one's welded real good. Again, I couldn't weld it all the way around on the inside, and I probably should have cut my clip off of here and but I think that's good enough. Another 3/4 of an inch welding, not going to make a lot of difference. So it's in. I'll have to get some correct size bolts for it and bolt it all in, but it looks pretty solid. Frame's still moving around like it's supposed to. Let's see if I can find another bolt. Bolt this thing up tight and then pick it up and drop it. And there it is up in the air. Tell it's really not bending or flexing at all. It's rocking back and forth on the jack. And let's see what we got here. Start a hard drop. No wiggles. Yeah, it's just compressing those springs, maybe 1/2 inch. Now get up here on it, jump on it. I can see they're moving about 3/8 or 1/2 inch. It's enough to take the road noise out, and it's not moving at all side to side, just up and down. So I would say that this is a done deal. Probably ought to try to clean up my welds a little bit. But it's in and solid. Need to get 4 grade 8 bolts for it. And those I got are in there on the front are soft. This one here is a carriage bolt. That one there is not even bolted in. It's just I got a big flange nut on it there. It's not tightened at all. I couldn't find a nut to fit that fine thread. I think it's fine thread metric. Anyway, Mr. 4-link is completed. Well, I spent the rest of the day kind of cleaning this stuff up. Put some rust converter on it. You can see there on that brace where I missed some. But I got all this back frame. I cut off my extra metal off of that one and just rounded them up a little and rust converted it all the way back. It's not completely dry yet. And I got it all the way up here to this front cross member. It looks pretty good. Everything looks real strong. Those ugly wells I had, I ground most of them off. Cleaned it up a little. So it looks pretty good. Like a 3 or 4 day project. Probably been 2 days for somebody that could work hard. But it's in. It's rust converted. I need to clean that rear end up some more. I just wire brushed this stuff real rough. I'm not really concerned about it because I'm gonna box that frame anyway. These bars turned out real nice. I thought they might have a little oil on them and they wouldn't turn black, but they took the rust converter real good. Once this dries, I'll just take some black paint and paint all this, and then when I put my new bolts in it, they'll look nice against the black paint. So it's all good. I thought about welding a little plate on the upper control link, so you can get a hold of it with a crescent or something and turn them. But I figure if anybody's gonna try adjusting this thing, they ought to be able to figure it out. Use the nut on the lock side, whichever the way they want to go. I hope this rear end's good. It smelled really funny when I pulled that vent bolt out. I'll figure out how to drain this thing and drain it. Order some spacers for these tires, 1 inch, that'll move them out. I got a new brake drum here, and I probably ought to get a set of shoes and hardware. Rebuild this rear end here. I've got a brake line copper tubing set. I can make some stuff up here. I'm going to need another 3-way adapter for the rear brakes. That hose has been rotten and cut. I think I'll work on this frame and work on this body here, weld a piece of pipe and all of this, and a piece of 1/2 inch square tubing along the wheel well, bottom of the flare, so it won't be flexing in and out. And of course I gotta put the other splash panel on, and I'm sure it's got some cracks on it. I could make the curved pieces up here for the door. I could bend them out a 1/2 inch. Try to figure out what I'm going to do with this roof. And the middle there, of course, I need to tack a piece in it. But this is a fairly complete deal here on the rear end. It looks good. It looks like it ought to work anyway. So like and subscribe, guys. I'll keep pressing along. Well, I decided to put another side to this bracket. One of my viewers commented that a shingle shear mount was not good. He actually didn't say that. He said it was death trap, but I understood what he meant, and he was right. So I'm not sure what the calculations are, but probably 2 of them is more than twice as strong as 1. So anyway, I got this thing, got me a plate. It's a 1/4 inch plate, same as the back. So I'm not worried about that. I got it welded in good to the cross member here. Put another 1/2-inch piece down in there. Welded that. Welded all the way around. Changed my glasses so I can see now. So welds are looking a little better. But now this one's in. I gotta grind it up. I had to make a 1/2-inch spacer to hold it over here, so I'll be able to clear the, you know, the arm of this bracket going way back. So it's clearing. I get my 1/2-inch spacer in there. I just turned one there out of brass just to line the bolt holes up more than anything. So now I know what I need to do. I guess I should have marked this one on the metal. And I'll just go over here and make another piece. And weld this one in. Boy, this rust converter stuff is makes some nasty fumes when it's dry and you try to weld onto it. Ground it off what I could, but yeah, it's nasty. Anyway, I'll get to moving on this one here. Maybe I'll show you the brace shape before I weld it all up, and we'll press on. Well, there's Mr. Bracket. Bored it, put it up in there, and cleaned it up. Plasma cutter is doing pretty good. It's blowing through this 1/4 inch real easy. Well, not real easy. It's got to go slow. But my main thing is getting it sticking and cutting crooked. But anyway, here's the bracket. We're ready to put it in and weld it up. Yeah, I got that one welded in. Those holes are so tight that they got to be perfectly aligned to get a bolt in them. So I'm going to take a 1/2-inch reamer and run through there. And so then I got a 1/2-inch piece here. Pounded it in below the bracket. I'll just weld this in, and that should finish this brace up. Well, that's in good and solid. Can't see that going anywhere. Kind of got a ugly weld right there in the bottom. Let's see if I can get this camera will pick up a weld. Try it with it. Get my helmet on it. Oh, here goes nothing. I'm going to be able to watch this through the camera or not. Apparently not. I'm going to have to look. Try to get you over here and I'll watch it with my eye. Tried to clean up that corner weld a little. Maybe you saw it. Oh, I just used a 1/2-inch reamer here. It's a Morse taper. Jake Morse taper 1, I think. It's a 1/2 inch. It's a brand new one. But I was able to chug it and drill halfway. And 1/2-inch bolt goes in there real easy. So I need to do that over here on this one. But that made sure my bolt holes were parallel. So I think I'm good to go on this one. Well, there's both of them done. feel better about it. So you can know that I do listen to my subscribers and read the comments. And the guy was right, you know, it was this is much better than it was. My welding hadn't improved any, but it's in there and strong now. It won't look so bad when it's all painted up, but I'm not really too concerned about any of this stuff. It's all going to be under the floorboard. It's never going to be seen. So now I just have to get me 4 good grade 8 bolts, and these things are really sensitive. I can turn this one like a quarter of a turn. See, this one's loose now. Of course, I don't have a nut on it, but if I turn it just that much, it locks it up again. So I'm actually changing the camber here. I'm actually, when I'm fighting against each other, I'm trying to yeah, this one's not turning at all. I wonder why. Looks like my bar's hitting the brace here. Well, I'll take a hammer to that. Let's see if I can do that. I didn't quite get them. Not doing anything. Didn't quite get them symmetrical when I get this thing back in here. Anyway, that's a minor adjustment there. Looks like it's right where that grind mark is there. Probably just got a little too much weld on it. I'll grind it off and take a big hammer to this plate right here and bend it just a little, just so it'll clear. But anyway, the other one's good. I didn't take any weld off yet. So good enough. A little bit of trimming, and so leave me a comment, guys, if you think doing something stupid here, you got a better idea about it. I'll be glad to hear it. And maybe this will be a much better project. I'm going to weld a 1/2 inch square bar along that fender there on both sides, and I'm going to cut this round piece out of here and weld a piece of pipe in it, because when I jump up and down on it now, I can see that it's on the tire and flexing a little. So those 1-inch spacers will cure that. There's so much work to do here, I don't know where to start, but I did want to box this rear end. It didn't feel too good yesterday, and grinding and burning rust is really not my idea of taking an easy day today. Well, I got tired of falling down over this door, and I decided I'd put it in. And the hinge is on this side now, on the right. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was on the left. It's a big old ugly concoction. But anyway, I managed to get it in and fooled around with spacers and all kinds of stuff, and I finally got it up to where it was supposed to be, and got it tacked in. And I had a hell of a time getting it closed all the way, then opening. But anyway, I finally did and got it tacked in pretty good, and opened it up, and it just fell out. When it opened up this way, it just got pins that hold it, so it fell out. So now I'm going to put it in the other side so gravity will hold it together, and it fits better already. So I'll space it out and close it good, tack it up, and we'll move on with this thing. Now I gotta patch some holes here. I like never cut that thing cut out. Only had to take a plasma cutter down in there because I couldn't reach anything with a cutoff wheel. Well, here's Mr. Door. I got it clear and good. It's pretty much straight when it's closed. It goes way past closed, and probably don't go open as far as it should. But as far as what it is what it is. And I'll weld a little bracket here on the inside so it won't close any more than that. And I'll probably put some kind of a spring to hold it closed. Right, the gravity's just pulling it open. It's a lot better than it was when it wasn't even opening at all. Put my little spacer in here. That should, yeah, that makes it pretty decent. I don't know what I'll do there. I mean, I can't just leave a hole in there. I'll put some kind of rubber or something in it to seal it. And I'm just going to take a little piece of bar stock or something and just weld a little something on here so it won't close any further. Here's a little, see, I could probably weld that right there, and that would stop the door from opening any. Might be better off to do it over on the other side, make some kind of a latch for it. But it's in plenty strong. I kind of had made a mistake when I looked at all that 1-inch pipe there, or square tubing, and I thought that somehow that was structurally part of it, but the guy must just had a lot of it. One of it took 1 inch to cut up a hole for the hinges, and then he got another 1 inch in there to just because he had another piece. But I got this welded 4 places in the back and real good on the front of the hinge. That's fine. I'll have to figure out some way of making a locking latch there. I still need to reinforce that one a little more. Put in my door lock, and I was kind of planning on putting that door in and tying it into that brace there, but I don't think that brace is really much of a brace. I think it was probably just a wood piece that the hinge screwed into, and they just made a piece out of metal. I don't know, I may try to utilize it somehow, because it is pretty strong and it's holding that fender there. I don't know. I'm not trying to do extra work just to save something. I think I'd be better off just coming around where this the top of this thing is, wrapping it around, tying it into that bar. You know, maybe come through here with a 1-inch square piece, and then run it, you know, at an angle like that over here to this one, and tie that all together. I think that'll be good enough. I started cutting this out with a plasma cutter since I had it going, and I know where the I don't know what you call this thing, splash shield or something. I know it's going to go right there, and it's not cracked or broken or anything, so I can start working on this piece here with a piece of pipe, and get that all welded up into this frame that the door hooks to. And then go ahead and come on up here and set my hinge and bear claw latch. Get this all closing and everything. I need to finish this door. I probably ought to just start tacking some of this together in the holes. Do that right now since I'm here and thinking about it. I know that this bottom piece is good right here. Now that's kind of done. I ground off the where I had my wells, and I had a couple holes, patched them. I welded a little on that door. So I need to get on this door and finish it. And get it braced inside. Get the latch in it. Get this stuff sorted out. I wasted a lot of time on this rear end and trying to get this all mocked up, but this was kind of fun, and I was just basically tired of welding sheet metal, and I gotta fix this here. Can put a roof of some sort on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just bend a 3/8 bar, run it all around here about 1/4 of an inch over the door, and just take this metal here down over it, and just weld it. I won't have a drip rail, but the water will be running outside the door. Anyway, that's the plan. I can spend forever trying to figure this out. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and squish this all up, weld it. Might as well finish the body up since I'm here. And I need to mount this cowl and put a, they've got a, looks like it might be bigger than a 1/2-inch piece around there for the vertical on it. I'll probably just continue this up into here somewhere where it's flat, take it across there, and then back down. That'll weld this cowl solid, and then figure out whatever mounts I'm going to make those, and just finish up this body. Weld the 2 pipes in the front, 2 pipes here in the back. Weld that 1-inch piece across the fenders there, or a 1/2-inch piece. Tack it onto the fender itself, the inner fender well, and cut off whatever's left. Tack that a few places on the edge. That'll keep that straight. And I got enough 1/2-inch to do that, I'm sure. I may just use my 1/2-inch for that and go ahead and use a 1-inch in here, because I'm going to have that brake pedal in here and the steering, and the brake pedal is going to have some reinforcing on it, and I need to weld up the top of that dash. That's what I'll do, rather than, you know, get overwhelmed with all the rest of the stuff I need to do. I'll just go ahead and move forward and finish getting this body all welded up, get all the bottom done, everything all solid around the firewall, and get it bolted to the frame. Figure out whatever I'm going to do there, make that all solid, and then I can finish up the doors and, you know, roof and all that. But I probably ought to just work on getting this bottom all done the way I want it, and good and solid in one piece and braced and bolted on. And then from there, really, it's not going to be too much of a big deal. I probably ought to finish up this front piece here, and that piece I cut out of the middle. Just finish up this body framework, get the skin all on, and that'll be kind of a done deal.